It's always a good day when you get to talk about Insomniac Games, man. One of my favorite companies to talk about in the gaming space because this is the prime example of a trash company. I don't know which company I dislike more, Insomniac Games or Blizzard. I really don't know because, with Blizzard, I at least have history there. With Blizzard, I actually fucking loved Blizzard. Unbelievably so, for such a long period of my life, up until the point they were bought by Activision, and I already knew when they were purchased by Activision that it was going to go completely straight to hell, and that's exactly what happened. That company I hate for many different reasons. Insomniac Games, however, I have no love for Insomniac Games, never did, never will. This company is one of the fakest virtue signaling companies that have ever existed in the gaming space. They literally have an entire page on their website dedicated to shilling for diversity, equity, and inclusion, but these are the same people that will remove all diversity, equity, and inclusion from their games as long as they can get that sweet, sweet Middle Eastern dollar. They've done it many times before, and they're going to continue doing it, and nobody on that particular side of the aisle seems to be calling them out on it because it's absolutely hypocritical. I don't like hypocrites. That entire company is one massive hypocrite, and I refuse to support them. Anyway, with that being said, Insomniac Games apparently has more drama because, yes, the ones that virtue signal the most usually have the biggest amount of skeletons in their closet. They dropped the Venom mark in Spider-Man 2, and now they're saying that it's due to a possible time delay and heated work conditions. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, apparently, Mr. Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Perfect Company is terrible to work for. It's kind of just like Riot, right? Riot did the same exact thing. Blizzard did the same exact thing. All these companies that shill hardcore for identity politics on Twitter are all having so many reports made about them for terrible work conditions. So let's get into this article, guys, from Venom Post. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing to my manga channel. The links are in the description box below. I will love to see you there. So the article reads, during the process of creating Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Insomniac Games faced numerous challenges. Private information about Insomniac Games' future projects, including a playable online version of the Marvel Wolverine game, was compromised in December due to a hack, which they very much deserved, okay? I don't really care anything about that company. The only thing I regret is that the personal information of some of their employees got out in that hack, and that's never okay. No matter how much of an asshole they may be, or no matter how much of a virtue signaling liar they may be, they still should never get doxxed. That is just my opinion. You guys can, think what you want to think. It says fans were disappointed when Venom, which featured a significant amount of dialogue by Tony Todd, the character's voice actor, was removed from significant gameplay. This led to speculation regarding the duration of Venom's storyline in the game and the development of rumors that Insomniac Games was creating a standalone Venom game. To the fans' surprise, there was quite a lot of development left on Insomniac's cutting table. Then it says the PC version of the Insomniac game reveals some interesting details about the potential appearance of Venom in Act 2 of the game. The different symbiote creatures we battle in the final game are clearly based on the ones from the Life Foundation, so perhaps this is just an early design. When this is attempted to load, it purportedly displays the different Life Foundation symbiotes in their canisters, suggesting that both the various other symbiotes and the Life Foundation as a whole played a significant part in the game. Now, I'm going to say this particular picture right here looks really, really cool. I like the design that they made here, and I will always, always say when something looks good, whether or not I fucking hate the company and disagree with whoever might have made this, I think this artwork looks fantastic, and it's a shame that it wasn't in the game for the couple of people that wanted to play Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a highly successful PS5 game, and it's quite unfortunate that they're not getting the content that they thought they were going to get. It says apparently Venom was going to appear in Act 2 in an arc based on separation anxiety. Loading this in supposedly shows the Life Foundation symbiotes in canisters. Phage, Lasher, Agony, and Riot are the symbiotes in question. This leak suggests that every Life Foundation symbiote would have appeared and played a part in the game, which makes it noteworthy even if Scream isn't a boss in the game. In the Insomniac game, Yuri Watanabe, a former police captain turned vigilante, reveals the identity of the leader of a sadistic cult to be none other than Cletus Cassidy, Cassidy, better known to Spider-Man fans as Carnage, after Marvel's Spider-Man 2 The Flame side missions. And even though Cassidy is first seen in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 in his non-symbiote form, his prophecy depicts a ritual to transform into a red monster as part of the occasion known as Crimson Dawn. To accomplish this, one of Oscorp's symbiotes is obtained by the Flame Cult, and Cassidy is last seen flying away in a helicopter while proclaiming that there will be carnage. Now, it sounds like this particular arc, it sounds like this arc ended in the same fashion that the first Venom movie ended, if you guys remember that entire scene with Cletus Cassidy at the end. And it basically seems that that's the case. But the simple fact is that they're not getting that content, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, if you play Spider-Man, you're not going to get this content. You're not going to get access to Venom's content as originally planned, it seems. And it's quite unfortunate. These companies are so focused on identity politics, they can't even deliver on what they initially planned to do with the game or even promise customers half of the time. It says in an interview, John Paquette, Insomniac senior narrative director of Marvel Spider-Man 2, was questioned about the likelihood of the company creating a Venom spin-off game. According to Paquette, the studio will first see how the public responds to its interpretation of Venom before hearing what they have to say. Last December, during an AIAS Game Makers Notebook podcast, Brian Intihar, senior creative director at Insomniac Games, discussed the hurdles faced during the latest stages of Marvel Spider-Man 2 creation. He revealed that a heated discussion with Sony's producers took place when the team realized that they wouldn't meet the required standards. Intihar added that the interaction with Sony resulted in an emotional outburst from him, clarifying that by heated, he was referring more to a sense of frustration than an argumentative discussion. And I could see that. I could see how he could be frustrated with the whole development process because, again, this is Insomniac Games. We've known that they've had multiple examples of frustrating work environments, let's just say that, or toxic work environments. And again, they're not the only one. I'm not just going to drag Insomniac's name in the mud, knowing damn well that there's other companies out there that do the same exact shit, if not completely worse than Insomniac Games. But for me, the worst thing about Insomniac is the fact that they lie publicly. They lie egregiously. They have a diversity, equity, and inclusion section on their website that specifically says that no matter what, they will stand and be an ally by the LGBTQ. They will stand with diversity, equity, and inclusion. They promise that. And then once they twist around and realize, oh, we're getting banned in the Middle East, we got to remove all this stuff. Okay, let's just remove it and we'll just quiet down. They won't even notice. They removed everything. This same company that says that no matter what, they'll stand by your side, suddenly they're not standing by your side. So it makes you question and it makes you wonder, what is the goal here? What is the goal for this company? But I think considering the trend that we're seeing with these characters, I don't know if it's actually going to support them or not. So we'll find out as time goes on. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.